Drinking liquid determination. And by that I mean coffee. Still managing to hold off from energy drinks. Oh, look at that. A breech rifle, more specifically, breech double tap. I noticed I have 1,337 hours clocked. I'm not that elite.
Farewell, friend.
I've been following Jack's orders from the beginning. Jack
I figured
modified
that.
the power core you found to have a Hyperion network uplink. Through it, I was able to access Sanctuary's defenses and lower them. It was all part of Jack's plan.
Kind of reeks of retcon, if you ask me. Some say that Borderlands 1 is kind of dull and drab compared to Borderlands 2. But I actually think Borderlands 1 has certain elements about it that make it more immersive. What others might regard as dull and drab, to me that's more wasteland. Really? You see, did you notice how the slagging gun failed to slab just because it knew that I wanted to use this to make more progress on scoring the dull predator skin? Well, if you're going to sabotage my attempts to use this, knowing that I'm only doing that to earn that skin that I've been at for so long, then I might as well swap this. Don't fight against me.
All right, what do we got here?
Sick of that shit. I might as well swap this out with this. If you're going to be sabotaging my efforts the whole way through, I'm not putting up with that shit. Atlas. Did you ever get an Ajax Ogre? Or just a plain old Ogre? Just the plain one is cool enough. one of the few full auto explodey elemental weapons I actually like. Typically, if I'm going to use a full auto elemental, I prefer that it be of the Delta Oster Tango variety. Oh! Why do I keep screwing that up? Really? The hell? Do your freaking job, turret. Doesn't anything work? I deployed the two of you because I thought you'd keep the birds off my back. I still don't understand why Rack are randomly able to... Was that a Corrodi Green Snyder? Nope. Never mind. Oh, so tedious. We're gonna have to do it this way. I'll give the saw bar yet another chance to disappoint me, since that seems to be the status quo. Everything that isn't a rocket launcher. Can we please get a move on? I'm getting bored. I have to get the damn rack out of my face, or they'll keep distracting me. Why did that take so many shots?
Protect Pandora from a great evil. That was a lie. Jack knew he could make a fortune out of leading the world within the vault, but he was too much of a coward to open it himself. Through me, he got the vault hunters to do his dirty. I'm so tired of manipulating people.
I know, it's a green 60. Really? This little clump prevented me from jumping? Ugh. Another Atlas sign. Can I get an electric launcher? Wake up, use key. I'm still sick, so everything's gonna be more likely to piss me off. Wake up, use key. All right, now. Let's see if the old technique works. Nope. I don't think I have a single weapon that's going to be any good against crystalisks. I just didn't think about it because I'm so accustomed to melee being all you need. You just circle around them and hack the crystals off their legs, and that works just fine. Rockets probably won't work. Called it.
Say hello, beautiful.
still want what's in here. That was a complete waste of time. What a surprise. Welcome to the status quo. If I go down, I'm not getting up because I've got nothing that works on crystalists. Now, I wonder why they felt the need to make melee completely ineffectual on UVHM. Because it's not like that in Borderlands 1 on playthrough 2.5.
Without you, Pandora has no hope. You have no reason to trust me, I get that. But if you're going to stop Jack from controlling the warrior, you'll need my help. Because I know where the key is. It's with me.
Diagonal elevator reminds me of Half-Life.
Welcome, customer.
You don't have to continuously try to justify yourself. I know you're under duress.
Don't have too much fun.
Jack is a control freak like all globalists.
I'll patch you up whenever you need it.
Lemon lime. Now, I need electricity, fire, and exploding. Might not need both slag and electricity. We'll just have to see.
And I'm awesome. Hey, killer. I phased the city. No big deal. Find a way back here as quick as you can. Now that Sanctuary's reappeared, you can use any fast travel station to get back to the Crimson Raiders. I'll mark the nearest one on your Echo device.
Error. Location, Sanctuary. Not found.
Oh no. The phase blast must have taken Sanctuary off the fast travel network. Okay. Head to the Iridium extraction plant nearby. I think I know how to get you back to your friends. You know, I didn't lie to you about everything. You really are the only person who can stop Jack. Roland, Lilith, and Mordecai. He defeated them long ago. They can help you reach him, but in the end, it will be you who brings Jack down.
How old are you exactly, Angel?
Catch you later.
Because Jack refers to you as if you're a child, but you've got to be
Don't have too much fun.
at least like 26 by this point. I mean, she must have been at least 21 in Borderlands 1, right? That's useless too.
Sentry deployed!
Sprint! Why are you not sprinting? I'm pressing the sprint. I'm spamming the sprint key. I'm not sprinting. Still haven't taken the shield down. Oh, this is gonna take half a year. I can already see it. Oh. I hear rocket launchers are the only weapons that do anything. What am I supposed to use that's actually, as Rowan would say, efficient and effective? He says that in Borderlands 1 in reference to his Scorpio turret. I'll just have to run past them like a wuss. That pisses me off. Now, what's so special about rabid stalkers that their shields are so strong? Just because they're rabid that makes their shields stronger? You saw it. I was shooting that rabid with an electric Snyder, and it didn't do jack squat to break its shield. That concerns me. What's going to happen when I have to fight those?
Grind them up!
It also pisses me off that they're able to land that many strikes per second. There's nothing I can do about it. Give me the electricity. Am I stuck on? Well, plasma caster is, oh yeah, that's right, I need to get some use out of this. Oh, another one. That explains it. Well, this doesn't do anything either. What a surprise.
On the one hand,
And this doesn't do anything either. And I'm not the least bit surprised. Yeah, I know. Insert lecture about how you can't get anything done without SAG. Oh, these things.
Cross the river and steal a supply beacon, we can get Sanctuary back onto the fast travel network. I promise. Little as I'm sure that means right now.
I hate having to switch all these weapons out. That's what adds to the tedium of this. Fix that cowlick. Doesn't that drive you up a wall? It drives me up a wall just looking at it. I've got 2 cowlicks on the back of my head, but I learned to work around them. Doesn't he remind you of Patrick Bateman? Really? So that takes 3 shots now. I don't have time to slag every enemy every time. You think I'd be using a green launcher if the game gave me some better option? Well, pick it up. Did you forget your own rules? Make me do everything. See, his health is going up even though he's corroding. How much sense does that make? Do they explain? I mean, yeah, I know it's UVHM, but what's the logic behind that? Is there any logic behind how or why that's able to occur?
Please do not switch to suicide mode until moving a sufficient distance from Hyperion machinery.
too hard to aim this thing. This thing. Unleashes 3 globs that somehow consume 4 ammo per shot. Don't even try to figure out the logic behind that. There is none. Oh no, I didn't mean to go so far off to the side like that, obviously.
A dying puppy.
2 E-Tech weapons. Are they both TDR?
Wow.
I'm detecting a cargo mover in the area. Maybe I can help you cross the river.
Two E-Tech weapons that I have absolutely no use for.
Loaders, please do not switch to suicide mode until moving a sufficient distance from Hyperion machinery.
It's another bandit raid!
It's already been proven to me that acid has no effect on flesh. Yes, I know that the effects of each element are amplified against the things you're supposed to use it against, but who's to say that acid doesn't melt flesh? Because it does. Sure, it melts through armor, but it also dissolves flesh, so logic? Nope. Sorry, this isn't the place for that.
Coming into contact with iridium runoff may result in slight exoskeleton obliteration.
Exoskeleton obliteration right there.
A reminder to all Hyperion robots. Any and all supply drops lost to Thresher attacks. You will pay. Any Hyperion robot able to terminate a Thresher will be awarded with the ability to be proud of the fact that they terminated a Thresher.
Cleaning up the bird, so to speak.
Robots, remember your 3 governing laws. Death is your god. Threshers are your enemy. And both consider you disposable.
Jack thinks of himself as a god. So did the Babylonian tyrant Nimrod. So I guess it makes Jack a Nimrod.
Keep it up, robots. You are adequate.
Saddam Hussein believed that his regime was a resurrected Babylonian empire. So I guess that makes him a Nimrod too.
Loaders, please do not switch to suicide mode until moving a sufficient distance from Hyperion machinery.
I can make this work. It just disappeared. Just fizzled out.
A dying
Ah!
A baby
Video game logic.
if the previous statements elicited any
Just
emotional
screw me over every possible
report
way.
to your supervisor for summary destruction. Loader, please do not switch to the until moving a sufficient distance.
Splat gun doesn't kill fast enough. Even when the enemy is slagged, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Of course. 3 shots to kill 1 gun loader that was slagged. Yeah, I'm not using underleveled equipment. Not using underleveled equipment.
All supply drops lost to thresher attacks will be taken out of your theoretical pay.
Huh. If I didn't have... At least I'd have some electric weapon if I didn't already bring one with me. It's not. Let's just get a look at it. Yeah, it's too bad it has a Jacob's grip. That's what's holding down the fire rate. If they wanted Hyperion sniper rifles to have such slow fire rate, why didn't they make them straight pull bolt action? Otherwise, there's no logical reason for that unnecessary handicap. It doesn't balance, it unbalances them actually. It just means there's no reason to use a Hyperion sniper rifle unless you're forcing yourself to do a Hyperion allegiance run, but then it's all the more... Well, there are lots of benefits to choosing a Hyperion if you're doing an allegiance run. The bee, the lady fist.
Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots to A. Approach the local
Good
threat,
shotguns,
or
for the most part.
Gain self-awareness.
Alright, now... Just a moment. Imagine zerking with these. If they were fire and acid. Jacob's stockless pistol grips. Bandit forearm, torque sight. TDR forearm, bandit scope. Why would bandits put scopes on their shotguns? Or their SMGs for that matter. If you ask me, bandits shouldn't make scopes. They should make only reflex sights. For SMGs, for example, the bandit SMG sight should be a reflex sight, and the Hyperion one should be a scope. But I guess that would make too much sense. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have gotten rid of my electric droid.
Coming into contact with iridium runoff may result in slight exoskeleton obliteration.
Do you see those lunar supply shots? We need to steal a lunar supply beacon and get the moon base to send you an uncalibrated fast travel unit. You can use that to get Sanctuary back on the fast travel network. Simple, except not at all.
Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots to A. Approach the local threshers, or B. Gain self...
Alright.
one hand.
Now, what do I have that might actually work? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm ready for more.
Sprint faster. I almost sounded like Mo for a moment there from Wally. Microbe Obliterator. In this case, Mechanoid Obliterator, if I can pull this off. Is it still there? Yes. Will the game let me take it out from a distance?
Warning. Coming into contact with iridium runoff may result in slight exoskeleton obliteration.
Now watch, it's probably healed. Ah! I can't even see its health. I'm gonna have to take cover so often.
Keep it up, robots.
I'm not gonna be able to deal damage fast enough this way to get past this thing. If even a launcher can't do the job. I should have kept that droid. Then I could have just shot into its eye. Just it didn't occur to me that
Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots made. Approach the local pressure or gain self-awareness. All Hyperion robots. Any and all supply drops plus this pressure attack will be taken out of your irreparable pay.
your laser has limited range for no reason.
Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots
Does that cheese you off?
the local pressure or
It would cheese me off. If I was a constructor, I mean, how much sense does that make? If you know how photons work. And in this case, the game's own dislogic works in my favor.
Hyperion machines by the population.
I wonder if maybe... Oh my god.
Moving a sufficient distance from Hyperion machinery.
Use key, wake up. Oh, tedious. Oh, great. Now, let's see your nuke get me now.
A reminder to all Hyperion robots. Any and all supply drops lost to Thresher attacks will be taken out of your theoretical pay. Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots to A. Approach the local Threshers, or B. Gain
See, this doesn't make me feel like I'm fighting tough enemies. It just makes me feel like my weapons are weak. That's even how Half-Life 2 describes its hardest difficulty.
Let's see.
It describes it as your weapons being less effective.
Any Hyperion robot able to terminate a Thresher will be awarded with the ability to be proud of the fact that they terminated a Thresher. Warning. Coming into contact with iridium runoff may result in slight exoskeleton obliteration. Under no circumstances are Hyperion robots approaching Thresher.
That feels, huh?
Was not expecting that to take so many shots. Slag wear off already? Of course it did. Forget this.
Target sites.
A reminder to all Hyperion robots. All supply drops lost to Thresher attacks will be taken out of your theoretical pay. Warning. Coming into contact with iridium runoff may result in slight exoskeleton obliteration.
Support gunner. I forget what that does. Fire rate overload. In Borderlands 1, support gunner class mods always regen
Adequate.
all ammo types. Here's where I will need this. This will be where we find out if this is worthwhile or not. Now, I guess this. I don't think UVHM is too hard. I just think it makes too many weapons appear weak and worthless. And it does the same thing with certain character builds that should otherwise be useful and would be useful. Borderlands 1 on playthrough 2.5 wasn't like that. It was challenging without making your equipment feel weak and worthless.
Iridium crystals will be congratulated for their initiative before their public disassembly.
Whoa! Badass!
There we go.
Did that thresher just eat the beacon? We need to get that back.
It's just as a distraction. Why do I have to spam the sprint key? Every time when I lay down a turret, I have to sprint right afterwards. Remember, I always have to press the sprint key more than once to make it happen. I don't understand
Enough,
that.
robot. You are adequate.
Okay, that is effective.
Incoming!
That's not. That barely is.
If the previous statements elicited any emotional reaction, report to your supervisor for summary instruction. Approach the local pressure or gain self-awareness.
This is going to take half a year. I should have gone with Determined Tactician.
Hyperion machines are discouraged from being ingested by the Thresher population.
Elements don't do any good against the gluttonous Thresher. At least I don't think they do. I don't ever recall them being effective in the past. Now by the time I'm healed, the damn Thresher's gonna be healed. Oh, this is so tedious.
Will be awarded with the ability to be proud of the fact that they exterminated a Thresher.
Tamper.
A dying puppy. A baby in tears. If the previous statements elicited any emotional reaction, report to your supervisor for summary instruction.
Deploy!
Trying to deploy 2 of them, and it wouldn't let me. Tet almost went down there. Did you hear that?
Loader, please do not until moving into
This works, just not very well.
any Hyperion
Not very fast.
terminate a pressure will be awarded with the ability to be proud of the fact that they terminated a pressure.
Got at least 20 rockets in reserve, that should do. Didn't know you were going to pop right back up in less than a second. The hell you do that for, you dumb shit? It's like you have no intelligent pattern here. You just randomly go up and down, up and down for no apparent reason.
Hyperion machines are discouraged from being ingested by the Thresher population.
Got the beacon? Good. We can use that to request an uncalibrated fast travel unit from the moon base. You'll need a quiet place to set up the beacon. Head to the town of Overlook. Thanks to Hyperion's mining operations, the people of Overlook suffer from the skull shivers. They won't disturb us.
Discouraged from being ingested by the Thresher.
Now, if not for the rocket regen technique, would it have even been possible to beat that Thresher? Guess I'll get more use out of this. And maybe... yeah.
Well, we've got no plan to stop Jack, but at least the quakes from his drills aren't shaking the city anymore. Silver linings, you know?
I can't believe Jack was controlling the Angel all along. He almost got killed over in the vault, just so he could bring that son of a bitch into power.
Well, now we're almost getting killed just to get him out of power. Nice to know some things never change.
No slag at all. You want to get sold? Because that's how you get sold. Now this is useless at this range. It wouldn't be if it had properly calibrated sights for indirect fire. See, now I'm able to slag 2 enemies with 1 shot, but not all the time. Nothing is reliable. Prioritize the angelic guard, of course. Those can kill you faster than the big ones. The badass droids. And of course I couldn't get 2 slags. Which means more switching back and forth. I don't want to.
Gain self-awareness.
Oh, everything's cheesing me off because I'm still sick. That's only part of the reason. Main reason is because I like efficiency.
A reminder to all Hyperion
I like things to
robots.
make sense.
And all supply drops most of pressure attacks will be taken out of your
Oh. Ugh.
Oh, this is so frustrating. You see, this is what I don't get about you bad guys. You know the hero's gonna win, but you just don't die quickly. Man, example, this one guy in New Haven, right? City's burning, people are dying left and right, yada yada yada. This jackal rushes me with a spoon. A freaking spoon! And I'm dying laughing, man. So I scoop out his stupid little eyeballs with it, and his kids are like, oh, wah! And I can't even, he can't see where he's going, he's bumping into stuff, and anyway, I don't know, maybe you had to be there. The moral is, you're a total bitch.
That seemed to take more effort than it should. Should be used to that by now. I know there's going to be flying things, surveyors.
This scooter's catch a ride. Hit the gas, tear some ass. That sounds like a safety party.
There they are, I hear them. Let me check something, as per typical. Because that constructor and that gluttonous thresher took so long to destroy to death, I'm going to have to call it. Let me switch around some of these since I'm getting low on sniper rifle ammo. And should be a good combo. Trying to recall if there were any chests in the local area that I could maybe... Nah, it's not necessary. I'll just call it here. Catch you on the flip side, and see you next mission, slabs.